I have no idea how to start this video. I'm just going to start out with, this is a challenge I like to do when I find things are a little bit overwhelming. Right now life is weird. I feel like I'm stuck in a film and I just want to make it stop. What I wanted to start doing this week is a 1 mend a day challenge, and this is something that I've been doing for years. When I suffered with depression for 14 years, this was one of the things that I would use to get myself out of a spiral. It was incredibly effective because it was short, it only lasts 1 week. I don't like 1 month challenges. It's too easy to get overwhelmed and it's too easy to not be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. If it's just a week, then worst case scenario, you think, oh, there's only 6 days left, or there's only 4 days, or only 3 days, and it's a lot more manageable, I've found. The rules for this challenge are simple. Each day you mend, fix, or do one thing that takes 15 minutes. That's the kind of thing. Maybe you have a hole in the wall where you took a shelf down and you need to fill that hole up with polyfiller. It takes 30 seconds. But I've often found that those little things that drive me nuts, I never seem to be able to get to them and they just accumulate. So I really like this challenge just to help me feel like I'm being productive and like I have a little bit of control over my surroundings. It's really good to just refocus your brain. So that's why I like this challenge. But if it motivates you to do more than one thing a day, then do it. That's the whole point. You want to be able to try and kickstart your enthusiasm and just not let things pull you down. So if you find yourself doing more than 1 mend a day because you've done one thing and you think, oh, this is great, let's keep going, do that. The only rule is that you still have to do another mend the day after. So that's all you have to do. It can't take any longer than 15 minutes and it's a week long. So very simple, very doable. And at least for me, I love this challenge just to help refocus myself, and especially when I'm feeling like I have no control over my life, this challenge really helps. So if you like it, I hope you do it as well. I find it helpful, hopefully you find it helpful. And let's start off with day 1's mend. This is Froggy, and as you can see, he has a little tear right here, which is just leaking everywhere already. My goal today is to patch that up. It shouldn't take me any longer than 15 minutes, and then that's my 1 mend for the day done. These are my sewing boxes. Eventually, I'm really hoping to get to the point where I can just have 1 sewing box. For the moment, this is where I keep all my threads. And then this box is where I keep everything else, like the embroidery hoop if I need to darn something, spare elastic band, scissors, needles, all that kind of stuff. Okay, actually this tag is driving me nuts. I hate tags, so it's time to go. And that's Froggy all sutured up. I need to take some handles off some units which are going to get taken out so that we can have a dishwasher put in, but I like these handles and I've been slowly putting them in to take out the older handles that we had when we moved into this house, so there was no point wasting those, and they've gone onto the units which don't have handles yet. It was just a quick fix, but it needed to get done. Already I'm feeling better. It's like, no, you got a small annoying thing you've had on your list for months done. So I'm already starting to feel a little bit more productive, and just, I think today's going to be a good work day. This is what I love about this challenge, is it just kickstarts your optimism and then it just helps you get out of a rut. You're going to have to ignore what my hair is doing. I don't know, just it has a mind of its own. Anyway, today is day 3. I'm in my son's room right now. So this is the mend for today. You can see when the heater was applied, they hadn't even painted the walls. So it's already been sealed in properly. There's already insulation board at the back holding all the all the insulation granules, so that's all blocked off. And now I'm going to need to apply about 3 or 4 layers of polyfiller. I think 3 will do the trick, because then I can apply them thinly enough that they'll dry in a reasonable amount of time. And I'm hoping that if I apply 1 layer now, another layer at lunch, and then another layer at dinner, if they're thin enough, they should have dried. We will see. So it's about 8-9 hours later, and I just want to check, and that's still squishy. Okay, I'm going to leave that to dry all day tomorrow. and then I'll put another layer. I'm gonna have to put a few layers on this, I think. But that's today done, I think. So I've done one layer, that's fine. I won't do this tomorrow just because I want to do something else, and then I'll try and finish it off in a few days' time. But anyway, that's day 3 done. It's first thing in the morning, and yes, I know, I look it. But my son is currently doing rounds downstairs. One of the things he loves to do first thing in the morning is he has this little cart that used to belong to my husband, and he puts all his favourite toys in there and then just goes in circles. Which is fine by me, because it means that I'm going to put another layer of polyfiller. I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but I woke up and I thought, you know what, just do it. Just get it done, and then maybe I can get 2 things done today. That is what I'm going to do. I've got the palette knife in the bathroom. I cleaned that yesterday. I shouldn't have left it in the bathroom, but it's there anyway. And I'm going to put another layer of polyfiller in his room. Slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. For today's one mend day is more of a one clean a day. I needed to clean my makeup brushes since I did my last makeup tutorial. Normally the foundation that I'll do for my makeup is quite light, but I wasn't feeling very well, my skin wasn't very happy, so I applied a lot more foundation than I normally do. And if there's one thing I absolutely hate leaving dirty, it's foundation brushes. So that needs to be cleaned today. I don't have that many brushes to clean. For my own personal makeup kit, I keep a very, very small amount of brushes just because I don't need as much as if I'm working on someone else. So today I am just going to give those a quick clean. Some of them need a deep clean, some of them need a light clean, and just yeah, get another thing done off my list. Since I know I'm going to get questions about this, I'll talk about my method for cleaning brushes. I have 2 different levels of cleaning brushes for my own brushes. When it comes to my professional kit, if I've ever gone out and done makeup on someone, those get deep cleaned the moment they get home. I never do a light clean. But all you need to do for a light clean, which is what I do with any of the powder products like the eyeshadow brushes, the eyeliner brushes, anything that isn't using a wet product, is I put a bit of makeup remover on a towel and I rub the brush through that until it's completely clean. If I can't get any of the colour or the staining out, then I'll deep clean them. To deep clean them, what you need to do is you need to use a small little pot of warm water, warm not hot, wet the brush and then run that through some soap. I'll leave that to sit for a bit, then I'll rinse it out and reshape the brush. You always want to reshape your brush after you've washed them, just because if you don't, they're going to get damaged, they're going to lose their shape, and this just means that your brushes are going to last a lot longer if you do this. This probably took a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but might challenge my rules. Okay, so today is the last day of the challenge. The last few days have been interesting, to say the least. So I've been spending a lot of time in the garden just trying to calm myself down. We were going to wait till next year to get the raised beds and everything like that sorted, but with everything that's going on, we thought, you know what, let's just bump up the plans. Any time we spend outside is time that we're not glued to the screen or our phones thinking, oh God, oh God, oh God, what's gonna happen next? So it's a good distraction and it's just helping us focus. So today, for the one mend a day challenge, I'm going to be mending my sun hat. It's a hat I bought while I was in Portugal a few years ago. Originally I had 3, eventually I realised that I only really wore 1, so I gave the other 2 away. I love this hat because finding hats for me is a nightmare because I have a huge head. I have a man-sized head. So all the hats they normally sell for women are like a swimming cap on me. It's awful. So I was really happy when I went to Portugal and I found these hats, and they didn't fit in my suitcase at the time, and I wasn't about to not bring them back, so I wore all 3 of them on my head, which looked interesting. I did get a few looks, but there was no way I wasn't bringing these back with me, so I got all 3 hats back home. And it's got a really nice band around it. This band, it used to have another band around it, but it fell off and it got really damaged, and I had an old leather belt that I just didn't use. And I really liked it, so I thought, okay, I'm going to put this around the hat. I also had quite a few feathers that I really, really like, some of which have been given to me because I've been collecting feathers for years. I like all the different kinds. And unfortunately in England you don't get many colourful birds. but my sister went to the States a few years ago and she brought me back a whole load of feathers. So I added a few of these to the hat. But the problem with the band is that it keeps falling off. So today I'm going to sew it on so it can't fall off, and that will be the last challenge for the 1 mend a day challenge. So this is it. You can see where originally the original band was glued down and then just came loose. One of the things I added to it is I added a small hole on either side, just because sometimes the wind catches hats and it likes to blow them away. This way I can add a little hairpin and actually pin it down to my hair, and it doesn't matter how strong the wind is, it's not going anywhere. These are the little feathers that I have inside it. Normally this one should be at the front a little bit more, and then I have this little blue one at the bottom, so I'll rearrange those in a second. That's going to go here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the belt in a few points, probably 4 points, so one here, one there, one there, one there, and that should do it just fine.
Capitalise on what grows well, that grow well naturally with hardly any effort at all. Over because the seeds they produce are true to type.
So that was the last video as part of my 1 mend a day challenge. I haven't filmed the last bit of that just because I was in a rush. My son had to go down for his nap and I wanted to put another layer of polyfiller, and to be honest, looking at someone apply polyfiller is not that interesting. You know what it looks like. I put another layer on. I've still got maybe 3 layers, just because you can't apply polyfiller too thickly. It just doesn't work. You need to apply it in thin layers. So I will get there, and it's still progress, so that is good. And on the plus side, doing this challenge this week has given me a massive boost for the garden. We've done a lot on the garden. I can't show you yet just because I want to do a more thorough video that's dedicated exclusively to the garden. At the moment it's just grass and a lot of weeds. Within 6 months it should have a polytunnel, it should have quail, it should have raised beds. And I'm really excited about that, and I can't wait to show you, but it's going to have to be a designated video because just that's how I prefer to do things. I like to keep things in categories. But anyway, that is the last challenge for today, and to be honest I think I'm going to keep doing it this week because this current world madness isn't going away in a hurry, and I quite like the focus that this challenge gives me, so I'm going to keep doing it. I hope you like the video. Let me know if you do the challenge. I would love to see that, and I'll have a new video for you soon. And as usual, if you like my videos and want to see more content, feel free to follow me on the mailing list. Do not subscribe to me on YouTube. That way you get everything sent directly to your email, and I'll have a new video for you soon.